Yes, we are back, and we have a good friend of the show, Wade Bowen. He's a country rocker, but he's got lots of sounds, and when you put all those sounds together, it makes magic. He's collaborated with dozens. Why are you laughing?
Because I love you describing that. That's great.
He's collaborated with dozens for the past 20 years, but most recently he debuted his album Solid Ground. Now, I want to start off by saying you describe this as the most demanding writing and recording experience of your career. Why is that?
Yes. Well, I wanted to challenge myself. I've been doing this for a long time, so it would have been real easy for me to just go write some songs and find someone that I know can make them sound good in the studio and make a record. But I chose to really challenge myself, and I found a producer that would do that. I wanted him to really challenge me as a songwriter first and foremost, and then challenge me in the studio as well, vocally and all, just everything. And so he, careful what you wish for, because it might come true. His name's Keith Gaddis. He's a Texas guy as well, and he really pushed me to the edge and beyond. And it really, I think you hear it in the record. I mean, that's something I don't know that I've ever been more proud of a project than this one. It is. It's got lots of different sounds on it, lots of things that I've never done in the past. So I'm pretty proud of it. It's a lot of fun.
With something different, you have to step out of your comfort zone. So I can imagine there are times where you're like scared, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think I've always had the motto of throw myself into shark-infested waters and swim my way out. I think that's an easy way to not settle with your comfort zone, to get out of your comfort zone as much as possible. Yeah. That's the best way to do it, no matter what you're doing. And I've always done that. I always had that motto. And I'll be 20 years of playing music this year, so I think it's carried me this far.
Yeah.
I think it's carried me okay so far.
I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Now, off camera, you said something like, "Don't ask me to harmonize." Like that to me, that's funny. It's like your voice is so beautiful.
Thank you.
And so, is that something that like maybe that you're insecure about, or is it just like?
When it comes to harmonies, harmonies is a different animal from what I'm used to. I've always sung the melody my whole life, so. We have a mutual friend, like my friend Jessica, for example. She was my background singer for years, and harmonies come natural to her. So it's a whole nother thing for me. So I do the best I can when I can, but I'm better with the melody and the songwriting process and standing on stage and trying to entertain a crowd.
Right. Well, you're so good. And you're funny, and you got this great personality. So at the end of this interview, though, I'm gonna challenge you to a little harmony.
Okay.
And we're gonna go sing together, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't sound like Jessica, but
nobody does.
Nobody does, right? No. So I want to say that you have before you say your personal favorite. So, and I'll be super duper honest. Like my choice of music, I don't always listen to that, but do I have my phone? Emma, will you grab my phone? This can all be on camera. It's okay. So. Like I said, you could go through my little playlist here of all the music I have, but hold on, look what's on there.
Heck yeah!
And when you said you came to town, I was like, oh, that's that song, "Before the Walls Were Blue." That is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Like I just love that song. So it really says a lot that even people that maybe not listen to your type of music, you speak to.
That's great to hear, yeah. Especially that one. It's a random choice.
I know. I don't even know.
It wasn't a single or anything. That's a song I wrote for my kids. I got 2 boys. That's one of those sweet ones that you can't play every night to a rowdy bar crowd.
No, but it's just so good. Do you have a favorite?
That one's actually my favorite.
Is it?
That's my favorite song I've ever written, yeah.
And I had a feeling, that's why I was like, well, I'm not going to ask him first, because if that's his favorite, then I'm going to look so lame saying it's my favorite.
No, it's okay to have a different favorite, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest challenge I think I've ever faced, maybe up until the record. But writing that song was really hard for me. Writing a song that your kids can keep forever is long after you're gone is pretty challenging.
So beautiful. Is there, you said you've been in this for a long time, 20 years. Is there a moment where you ever felt like giving up?
No. There's moments when you question why you're out here, but I wouldn't call it giving up. I mean, there's a lot of down moments where you're really depressed or really, heartbroken, and you as with anything, any job or anything in the world, you have down moments. But I've never once thought about giving up. I don't know what I would do.
What gets you through?
Yeah, it's funny. No matter what's going on in my life or in and the business side of things, when I get on stage for that couple hours every night, it always goes away. Yeah. It's weird how that happens.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Well, and so did you ever, on the opposite end of that, did you ever have a moment where you're thinking like, I made it? I'm doing this.
I've had some really great moments where I was really proud of myself. I don't know if I've ever had a moment where I go, okay, I've made it, because I'm still like working as hard as I was 20 years ago when I first started. Yeah. To me, you know, things are a little different, but in my head, my mentality is to keep pushing and keep pushing. I don't think I'll ever feel like I've made it. I think there's always another level to get to, and that's really the beauty and the blessing and the curse of music. Is there's always another level. I don't think you can ever get too big. You know, I think success is relative, and it's all up here how you feel about what's going on. And obviously, I feel good about what I've built in my career, everything thus far, but I also never settle, and I want to keep going.
Yeah.
And I feel now I'm better than I've ever been. I think this record shows that. I feel like it's better than I've ever been, and I really have it opened up these floodgates of ideas that I have for the next 5 to 10 years too for my career that I'm really excited about.
Is there any one, like, I hate to say bucket list type thing, but is there that type of thing with your career? Like,
if I could choose anything?
Yeah.
I'd like to perform on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
It's gonna happen. Let's say it. Let's put it out there.
That'd be pretty fun to be able to say I did that someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I know. So, but outside of music, like I said, you actually got some Houston connections, right?
Yeah.
So the Caboose Barbecue.
Yeah, Alvin, Texas. Yeah. We've got a friend of mine that came to me with this idea. He's actually from Alvin, born and raised, and still lives there. And we were in a band together back in the early days. And Doug McCreakin is his name, and he just said, "Hey, I want you to come in with me and do this restaurant." And I'd had the food and was just blown away. And I eat a lot of barbecue all over, and it really, really is good.
It's really good.
So I was like, all right, I'm in.
What do I need to order?
The pork tenderloin is really, really good.
Okay.
It's the stuffed pork tenderloin. But they're constantly changing the menu all the time now, which I love. And the fact I'm not living here in Houston kind of frustrates me, because I'd go down there all the time and check out the new stuff.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah,
probably. A little dangerous.
I'm pretty proud of it though. It's a good place, and Alvin has been really good to us. That town has been great to the Caboose, so hopefully it continues to do that.
Yeah, very, very cool. And another really cool thing, so Waco, tell me about the Bowen Family Foundation.
So it started around a charity event called the Bowen Classic years ago. It was started as a golf tournament, and then it's over the year. We're going to celebrate 20 years of doing it this year. It has spread into a 3-day event now where we have a huge music festival that goes with it. So because of all that, we started the Bowen Family Foundation about 6 years ago, and in the last 6 years, we've raised almost $300,000 for charity. And
that's awesome.
I mean, I'm sorry, almost $3 million for charity.
Even better.
It's quite a big difference.
Yeah.
We hit the over 500,000 last year alone just at our one event. So.
And
I'm really
benefits to people directly right there in the area, right?
Yeah. As of now, we have one main event that we do that's year round for us. That's in the Waco area, is where I was born and raised. But we have other events throughout the state of Texas that we are a part of as well. And our battle cry everywhere we go, for example, if we have an event here in Houston, we keep all the money local and give it to the Houston area. That's just the way we do our foundation. It makes it more fun when you're going to these businesses or local people trying to ask for money. It makes them feel good that the money they're giving is not going to New York City or anywhere else. It's going right there in the town that they live.
Well, I want to raise money. I'm going to learn how to sing. I'm going to sing for people, and they're going to
Raising money is a lot easier than singing, I would say that.
All right, so what do you say we go test out the acoustics in this place and see if I got the chops.
All right. What do we win?
A singing lesson with me.
All right, sounds good.